Welcome to Founders Future, a podcast powered by Closers.io, where we dive into the journeys of innovative entrepreneurs and explore the road ahead for them and their companies. I'm your host, Ammar, and in each episode, we uncover the stories behind impactful ventures, the challenges faced along the way, and the strategies driving their future growth. Today, we are absolutely thrilled to be joined by Dr. Rhonda Farrell, CEO of Global Innovation Strategies, a boutique consulting firm specializing in growth acceleration, operational scaling, and executive development for mission-driven enterprises. With a multidisciplinary background in cybersecurity, Lean Six Sigma, and innovation strategy, Dr. Rhonda brings a system-level approach to helping founders unlock their next phase of growth. Dr. Rhonda, welcome to Founders Future.
Thank you so much, Ammar, and I'm so grateful to be here with you and your audience today.
I'm excited to dive in. I always like to start from the beginning. So take us on a little trip down memory lane to before you started Global Innovation Strategies. What were you doing at the time? And then what was really the motivation behind starting the company?
I love it. So just thank you so much for letting me share this story, because the truth is my story didn't begin in the boardroom. My story began in the barracks. I am a proud U.S. Marine Corps veteran, and very early on, I learned the value of systems, strategic execution, and resilience under pressure. So that discipline really carried over into my civilian career, where I work in engineering, cybersecurity, and consulting across government, defense, and commercial entities. What I really found early on was a pattern that there are organizations that are investing very heavily in technology and tools and talent, but they're still somehow struggling with alignment. There is a gap between strategy and execution, between ambition and results. And this disconnect, especially for founders, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, and transformational leaders, became the spark that led me to launch Global Innovation Strategy. My mission is very simple. How do I help others scale smart through clarity, alignment, and performance? So later, I launched the Success Strategist and High Performance Transformation offerings so that we could develop greater leaders and focus more on operational excellence, digital enablement, and AI-driven transformation.
Powerful. Thank you so much for breaking that down. Let's fast forward to today to give the listeners a little bit more context into what Global Innovation Strategies is all about in 2025. So, start us off with who would you say is your ideal customer? Who do you love to work with? And then from there, let's dive into the different offerings that you provide.
Thank you. So I think for my ideal client, it's going to be more about the problem set that I can help them solve. So
Okay.
the one problem that I saw and still continue to see is that so many leaders are stuck. They are stuck in a couple different major areas in survival mode. They are doing everything, but they're gaining very little traction. They're drowning in data, they're distracted by shiny tech, or they're stuck with very legacy processes. So what they really need at the core is strategic clarity. They need a roadmap to connect their vision with their action on a daily basis. And that's where I come in. I help them cut through the noise and really get to the vital few actions that deliver the greatest impact for them and their clients. I've worked with everyone from entrepreneurs trying to scale their efforts to enterprise leaders really managing very complex change initiatives. And the common thread throughout is they need support, both aligning mission with their market and helping them to maintain momentum overall. And so what's changed is when I first started, I was focused almost entirely on high touch consulting for various clients, sectors, and support of nonprofits. Over time, I realized that many solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, and business leaders really, they needed more. They need more accessible and scalable solutions. So I then morphed my offerings to something called a Scale Up Accelerator. We have a 90-day business transformation program. I offer something called a Leader Up Roundtable, which is really about leadership growth and helping them develop into the solopreneur, entrepreneur, business transformation leader they were built to be. I offer something called WealthWise 2025, which is a financial resilience series for founders and for entrepreneurs. And then I launched a Spotlight on Success series, which is a podcast meant to increase client visibility, voice, and velocity. So today, my clients span tech, governments, nonprofits, and service-based businesses. I meet them where they're at, whether that's strategic consulting, digital transformation, or brand building.
Got it. Okay, thank you so much for breaking that down. Now, walk me through when it comes to your offerings, is this one-on-one? Are you doing group coaching? What does the model look like specifically?
Yes, thank you. So I offer 4 different things, 3 and then 1 upcoming. The first is consulting and advisory services. And those are really custom engagements that are on a per client basis, because no client is at the exact same place with the exact same level of readiness and the exact same level of maturity. So we have to customize the offering to meet them where they're at. The second is really programs and products like Scale Up, WealthWise, etc. And then the last would be coaching and speaking, where I'm doing keynotes, podcasts, interviews, leadership, mentorship, and coaching. And the last is a book series, right? So I'm going to say it's my secret book series because I haven't put out my teasers on that yet. But really, it's a hybrid offering. Some people need consulting. Some people need more lightning round mentoring and coaching. Some people need accountability and motivation. And some people really need a deep dive into what they're doing within their business.
Got it. I'm super curious your perspective on this because I was talking to a gentleman earlier who has a lot of customization in his consulting business and the way that he fulfills with his clients. And
Yes.
he was expressing to me that he was facing challenges with his messaging and getting to talk to more people who are his ideal customer because he hadn't dialed in his offer. I'm curious if you've experienced something similar and what your perspective is on that.
Yes. So I think, thank you so much, Ammar, because I think, again, my clients range in sectors, they range in scope, and they range in scale, and they range in offering. So what I find is that when I harness conversations, if I'm in a mentoring panel or some type of speaking opportunity, if I'm in the room where we're talking about problems and challenges around a certain industry segment, if I'm leveraging my partnerships with regard to an offering that they may have, I have close proximity to the key personnel that I want to serve in some capacity. So I find that's the best way for me to be able to reach at this point in time.
Got it. Okay, let's dive a little bit deeper into that lead generation and that customer acquisition piece. If
Yes.
you're looking to acquire more customers,
Yes.
what are you doing specifically? What channels are you leveraging? Walk me through that.
Thank you. So again, because my pricing and my consulting is hybrid, I really need to examine ways for me to be able to break through a bottleneck, which could be lead generation at scale. So probably likely your other peer you were talking to. I would say I'm a high touch kind of discovery call, strategic roadmap, custom proposal type of person. And so I need to really focus on building an automated way for that lead pipeline to generate awareness and or engagement. So I would
Got it.
say targeted ads, maybe affiliate programs and or other additional co-marketing campaigns is probably where my focus is at this point in time, Ammar.
Got it. Are you currently doing ads?
I am not. I
Got
am
it.
not.
Okay, so it sounds like right now, the bottleneck that you're experiencing is lead generation, more predictability when it comes to getting in front of the right people that are your ideal client.
Exactly. Yes, Ammar.
Okay, thank you for sharing that. Walk me through what your sales process looks like. So let's say somebody raises their hand and they're like, Dr. Rhonda, I'm
Yes.
interested in what you've got. What are the
Yes.
different steps in the process that they go through for them to become a client?
Exactly. So again, it's very high touch for me at this point in time. We do a discovery call or a consulting call, if you will. We
Got
look at really the opportunity space, the value that I can provide is getting them from where they're at now to where they want to be. So we really focus on quantifying that and helping them discover the one step forward that they're willing to invest in at this stage of their business to help them realize those outcomes and results. So it's really personalized at this stage, and it provides a strategic roadmap to help them get there. And then they basically decide the level of investment they want to make given their short, medium, or long-term outcomes and goals, Ammar.
Got it. And you're the one that is on these calls, correct?
I am, yes.
Do
Both the
you,
principal and the provider, Ammar.
there you go. Do you enjoy these, I guess, sales calls is what I call them? Maybe you call them something else?
So I call them discovery calls, but I also call them value creation calls because the in in my service realm, if you will, right? Every 30 seconds, we have the opportunity to positively impact and shift someone forward. So it's an opportunity to really, I call it shift happens, right? When we're doing that, you're
I see
affecting
what you did there.
you very good. The person and their business because they're no longer the same on the outset of that call.
Yeah,
And so it's a phenomenal way to really help them achieve value because you're helping discover where they're at, but truly what they're built for and how they want to achieve that going forward.
powerful. Okay, very cool. Walk me through when you think of your future and you think about where you want to take the company. Let's talk about
Yeah.
over the next 12 months.
Yes.
What are the revenue targets? What are the goals? What are you aiming towards? Walk me through that.
Yeah. Thank you. So I am not, I'll say my focus is less on the target on the revenue side because there's many revenue streams that I have at this stage, right? So it's not one. That what's more important is the aggregate of the impact and the scaling of that more towards a global level. So through these different offerings, as well as the book offering, my aim is 1 to 3 million people's lives impacted around the globe in the next 18 to 24 months.
Wow, that
And
is
then,
a BHAG for sure. A big
thank
hairy.
you. Yes, exactly. I love it,
Yeah,
Ammar.
yeah,
Exactly.
100%. Powerful.
Yes.
Okay. So when it comes to the consulting side, obviously you're looking to bring on more clients, correct?
Yes.
Okay, very cool. What do you feel like is the biggest challenge to making that happen? Is it just lead generation? Is there anything else that you would add to that? Walk me through that.
I think, of course, if I'm going to look at if I had unlimited resources, where would I be focused at? And I would say automation,
Yeah.
strategic hiring, and offer refinement, right? So
Hmm.
an integrated client success platform. I think an a mini innovation lab to help clients really adopt AI responsibly and profitably, perhaps a few more part-time marketing and sales team members.
Got it. You said offer refinement. Why do you feel like that is a challenge?
Because when we first entered the conversation, I talked about like the breadth and depth of the client, and they can be in
I see.
any phase, any sector, any level of readiness, etc. But if I were to hone that down to where is the sweet spot and where we can build the highest value, that's where I'd like to narrow and tailor the offer to.
Yeah, I like that. I love that level of self-awareness because
Thank
I
you.
talk to a lot of consultants and I see a lot of issues when it comes to the offering. It's not tailored enough, it's not targeted enough. And I'm sure you experience this in today's world. There's a lot of noise out there. There's a lot of people shelling a lot of different things or selling a lot of different things. So it's very important to be able to stand out in that world. So I'm curious for you, when you think of the future around offer refinement, do you have a thought
Yes.
process around where you want to be more tailored, who you want to be targeting a little bit further? Have you thought about that?
Thank you. So I think I'm, in the words of Dan Sullivan, looking for the who, not how. I can only scale so far, and I really want to be able to spend my time on delivery, right? That value creation conversations and the delivery, because that's where I think I excel at. I think I will be looking for personnel to help me with that other aspects of both the offer and the marketing and or selling so that I can be
Got it.
focused on my sweet spot.
Yeah, just doing what you love to do. That's where it's at. I love it.
Yes.
Let's go into a quick closing lightning round. So I'm going to rattle off some questions at you.
Yes.
No need to think too much, just the first thing that comes to mind. What's one tool or resource that's been a game changer for you in business?
Thank you. So I think it's going to be Chat GPT. I am a big adopter of AI in all different forms. It doesn't matter if I'm brainstorming a marketing campaign, drafting a client proposal, preparing a keynote, mapping out a strategic plan. I have Chat GPT, and they're like a 24/7 ideation partner, right? Creates my content, helps me pressure test ideas, and it even supports my back end operational tasks, right? Like SOPs, client onboarding materials, etc. So I would say that's my go-to tool at this stage, Ammar.
Got it. I love it. I couldn't agree more. I love chat. She's my best friend. I even named her and everything.
There
No.
we go. I love it.
What's the best piece of growth slash scaling advice you've received over your years in business?
Thank you. If I may, I have a couple here. So the
Good.
first is don't build alone, because even with AI at your fingertips, you need a community of advisors, peers, and mentors who believe in your mission and they believe in you. It's really, in Dan Sullivan's words, again,
Mm,
who, not how, is the key to scaling. And there's a couple other points, right? So especially when we as founders, solopreneurs, and entrepreneurs are just starting out, we try to take on so much, but clarity, right? We have to cut through our own noise to move from concept into action. So I'd say don't wait for everything to be lined up, for everything to be perfect. Just take the next step, test your assumptions, understand, did it work? Did it not work? How do I have to pivot? Create your next step, and really always stay anchored in to your why, right? Because that's where you're going to be more impactful, more successful, and it's going to leave you a lot more room for fun and enjoyment along the journey. Lastly, something that I live by daily is prune. So oftentimes we're growing and we're doing and we're growing and we're doing and we're adding, and that's when overwhelm happens and we hit the wall. So every single day we have the opportunity to let go of that which no longer serves us. We don't have to do more. we need to do less and we need to focus more on the one thing that's in the greatest alignment with our vision and our goals. And so this is the most challenging thing for most people, because we may have to let go of a limiting belief. We may have to let go of a stale routine. We may have to let go of a relationship that's draining our energy and taking away from our vision. And we may even have to let go of a client that no longer aligns with our mission. So if we think of our life and our business like a garden, if we never trim the dead, overgrown branches and leaves, it completely blocks the sunlight from ever reaching the things that we still want to be growing astronomically. So growth doesn't just require action, it requires release. And we need you to let go of anything, person, or belief that's hindering your forward motion into greater success, so that you don't have to go it alone. You don't need to do a full overhaul every day. You just need one intentional release a day and say, not this, not anymore. Make space and watch what beautiful blooms happen and unfold within your business and your life.
Yeah, I love that so much. Dr. Rhonda, what is the best way for people to reach out to you?
Thank you so much, Ammar. You can reach me at CEO@GBLINNOV stratllc.com or advisor1@successstrategist.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time today. I really enjoyed this conversation.
Ammar, thank you. And I'm so grateful to be here with you and your audience. You have a lovely rest of the day and weekend, sir.
Of course. So that wraps up another inspiring episode of Founders Future. To our listeners, if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to reach out to Dr. Rhonda. She gave you her contact information, so make sure you reach out. And if you're inspired by today's conversation, don't forget to subscribe wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. And if you're a business owner and you're looking to scale your business and really enhance your sales and marketing efforts, visit closers.io to discover how we can support your growth journey. Until then, keep on climbing.